All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into something every SeaWorld Orlando visitor has probably wondered about, that all-day dining plan. Is it actually a good deal, a golden ticket to food heaven, or is it just a really clever way to get you to spend more money? Let's break it down. I mean, the idea, it's so tempting, right? You pay one flat fee, and boom, you get to eat all day long. And let's be real, in a theme park, a single meal can feel like it costs an arm and a leg. So this sounds like a dream come true. But, we gotta ask, what's the catch? So to get to the bottom of this, we're looking at an amazing, kind of crazy case study. I'm talking a full-on 13-hour eating adventure at the park. Seriously, from the time the gates opened at 9 in the morning all the way till they closed at 10 at night. This is the real-world test of what it's actually like. Okay, so what exactly is the deal here? Let's look at how SeaWorld says this whole thing is supposed to work. The idea itself is super simple. You pay your money, you get a wristband. That wristband lets you get a full meal. That's an entree, a side, or a dessert, plus a drink, at a bunch of different restaurants. The big rule, the one you gotta remember, is that you can do this once every 90 minutes. Not bad, right? All right, let's talk about the money. Because that's what it all comes down to, isn't it? Does the math actually add up? Will you save cash? So the sticker price for an adult is $59.99. And yeah, that might make you pause. But to figure out if it's a real deal, you have to look at what you'd spend otherwise. Paying for everything a la carte. And believe me, paying for meals one by one can be shocking. For example, just one meal from this case study, we're talking a 3-meat pizza and a side salad, would have set you back around $35. That's more than half the cost of the all-day pass for a single meal. Wild. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. This is the break-even point. Eat just one meal, and yeah, you've wasted money. Eat 2 good meals, and you're almost there. You're getting close. But the second you get that third meal, bam, that's it. You've officially crossed over into savings territory. Everything you eat after that is basically free. So on paper, the math looks pretty solid. But what's it really like to use it? Let's dive into the actual experience, following this marathon day of dining, meal by meal. Now, one of the showstoppers on the menu was this monster, the Altitude Burger. Just listen to this. A 1-pound burger with bacon, cheddar, a giant onion ring, and they even threw mozzarella sticks on top of it. This thing alone costs more than $22. This is the exact kind of high-value, awesome item that makes you think, heck yeah, the dining plan is a no-brainer. But, and this is a huge but, here's the catch. That amazing burger we just talked about, it's gone. It's not on the dining plan anymore. And this is where you start to see the promise of the plan drift away from the reality of what you actually get. And nope, this wasn't just a one-off thing. That awesome-sounding grilled churrasco steak, pulled from the plan. That $35 3-meat pizza, gone too. The giant chicken tender tower, you guessed it, also removed. It's this super frustrating pattern, right? All the best, most valuable items that make the plan seem like a great deal just poof, vanish. Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom. There were some really nice surprises. For instance, the case study we're looking at absolutely loved the egg rolls at the Expedition Cafe. Said they were surprisingly fresh and crispy, maybe even the best part of that particular meal. So, sometimes the simple stuff is where you find the real gems. And all of this just goes to show you have to pay attention to the fine print. You just have to. The devil is always in the details. And with this plan, those details are what will decide if it's worth it for you or not. So the process is easy enough. Buy the plan, get the wristband, get it scanned. But that clock, that 90-minute cooldown period is super important. And get this, it starts the second they scan your wristband, not when you sit down or when you finish eating. So that clock is what really controls how many times you can eat in a day. Okay, let's talk about the big rules you need to know. First, no sharing. They are super strict about that. Second, restaurant hours are kind of whatever they want them to be. Some places might not even open on the day you're there. And like we saw, the best menu items can just disappear. Oh, and here's a great pro tip. A lot of meals come with a side, but the plan lets you get an extra side or a dessert. But you have to actually ask for it or you won't get it. So, after all that, The math, the meals, the menu disappearing acts, what's the final call? Let's just boil it all down and figure out if this thing is actually for you. It really boils down to this. Who is this for? Well, it's for the theme park warriors, the people who are there from rope drop to fireworks. It's for big eaters who know they're going to crush at least 3 big meals. And it's a great deal if you can find it on sale. Now, who should skip it? Definitely anyone on a short trip. If you're a light eater or just a snacker, forget it. And if you're a picky eater, the changing menu might just drive you crazy.
And so we're back to that one simple question. What kind of park goer are you? Are you the kind of person who wants to eat your way through the day and maximize every penny? Or do you value freedom and flexibility more, wanting to eat whatever you want, whenever you want? The plan promises an endless feast, but the reality is a game of rules and changing menus. Ultimately, only you know what kind of visitor you are. And that answer is your bottom line.